Hello, beautiful divine soul, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is me here, Emily the Mystic, with some really helpful, practical, real life guidance today for navigating some of life's more challenging, perhaps ridiculous, annoying, chaotic situations that may come your way. I get a ton of messages from you guys all the time about how my channel has helped you through tough times or has helped you kind of develop a new perspective, new lease on life, a new way of looking at things. And so I thought today that I would film a whole video about how I handle and how I take a look at and how I reframe my perspective on things that happen in life that go wrong. Because of course we are human beings having a human experience, and life isn't going to be perfect all the time. We're always going to have things that are coming up, but it's the way that we handle things, the way that we reframe our perspective, the way that we shift our mindset that can really help us get through some of those more challenging circumstances. And it's 3:33 p.m. my time as I film this video, and I just saw that the clock hit 1:11 as I'm recording this. So I hope that this message reaches whoever needs to hear it today. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm an Akashic Records expert practitioner and teacher, as well as a galactic channel, and I share all sorts of helpful content here on my YouTube channel for living a cosmically inspired spiritual lifestyle. So please, whether you're new here or you've seen all of my videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, hitting that bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video just like this one today. So the intention behind this video and the reason why I'm filming it is because I actually just got back from a trip that I went on over this past weekend. It's at the end of May as I'm filming this video, and I had the pleasure of going on an awesome short weekend trip to the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which I had never been to before, and really loved the city. It's so clean, it's so peaceful, it's not as big or busy as it is here where I live in Philadelphia. So I really got to experience, different sort of culture, different things that were really cool. And it's always fun for me. I love traveling, so I love getting out of my comfort zone and seeing new things. It always really inspires me and kind of helps me see things from a different perspective, which I could film a whole video on that topic about how helpful traveling is for me and for all of us as spiritual beings. But one thing that happened on my trip, overall the trip was amazing and it went very smoothly, but there was one incident in particular that I knew as soon as it happened and the whole incident kind of wrapped up that I needed to film a video about it, tell you guys about what happened and how I handled it, because things like this happen to us all of the time. In fact, maybe you have recently done something like what I'm about to share with you or have been through similar situations, circumstances, etc. So again, this video is for you when anything happens in life that is unexpected or challenging or that we as human beings may perceive as negative, how to kind of reframe it and look at the situation in a different way. So what happened? Well, we flew to Milwaukee. Our flight lands. I was very tired that day because I never sleep well the night before a trip. I'm always so excited, so I have trouble falling asleep, get up early. So we flew to Milwaukee, we get off the plane, we got our luggage, we were in the Uber on the way to our hotel, and what did I realize? I realized in that moment that I did not have a small bag with me that contained my wallet with my ID in it, all of my credit and debit cards, as well as some other meaningful items. So we're in the Uber and I have a moment of panic. Oh my God, where is my wallet and where is my bag that I was missing? I typically, when I travel, I carry a backpack or a tote bag with me with a fanny pack inside of it that has my wallet in it, so that if I, for any reason, have to put my big bag down or get up to use the bathroom on the flight, I have my fanny pack with my wallet and my phone in there with me. Thankfully, I had my phone with me while I was in this Uber. But anyway, complete moment of panic, and I realized to myself, oh my God, I must have left it on the plane. I must have left my wallet on the plane. And I mean, what a human experience, right? I am a human being too, you guys. I am not immune to the challenges of life. None of us are, like losing your keys or leaving your phone in an Uber or leaving your wallet on a plane. I have had so many different types of situations like this happen to me. And so I want to share with you kind of how I handled it, how I look at this situation, and what happened. So we asked the Uber driver to turn around to head back to the airport. Thankfully, we were literally maybe 2 minutes outside of the airport, so we hadn't gotten that far. And what's interesting is that as I was sitting in the back of this Uber, I had this sort of intuitive not knowing to check for my wallet and to make sure that I had it. And so when I go in my bag and see that it's not there, immediately I'm in a panic. I'm like, oh no, I don't have it. So that intuitive knowing to me is like that first sort of hit from my guides, my spirit team, that something's not right, something is amiss here. We want to notify Emily and let her know that there's something going on here that she needs to pay attention to. So, and too, I sort of see it as like they will get in touch with me at the exact right moment when I need to hear from them, when I need to have sort of like this intuitive nudge that happens. So it happened when I was in the Uber. We had to circle back around, get back to the airport, and I immediately rush into a panic, go up to the information desk. They send me to baggage claim. The baggage claim lady wanted to send me to the American Airlines website to submit a claim for a lost item. I was like, no. I was just here on a flight that just landed. My wallet is on the plane. And she goes, oh my gosh, of course, let me call about it. So here's the thing. As I'm going through this situation, I'm in a panic. I'm pretty much in a full sweat at this point. You know, it's absolutely awful to have to lose your wallet or phone or anything that's super important, especially when you're flying, because you think to yourself, oh my gosh, I don't have my ID. How am I going to get home? All of these sort of thoughts that start to swirl. So what I try to do when that happens, when I'm in a state of panic like that, I try to immediately ground myself into the present moment. So one thing that I will do, and while this was happening, I really started to regulate my breathing, take some slow, deep, calming breaths, and bring myself into my body as much as I can by feeling my feet on the floor, feeling the sensation of, even if I'm in a panic, really leaning into that emotion. As much as we want to dissociate or run away from the body, it's really helpful in those panic moments to reduce the state of panic and to help the body relax, to do what you can to slow your breathing, to ground yourself, to take a few sips of water if you have some water with you, and to really just kind of bring yourself back down to earth, even if things are going crazy. Because if I hadn't done that, I probably would have walked away from the baggage claim lady with her little blue sticker that she wanted to give me about applying for a lost item on the American Airlines website. But no, I calmed myself down and I spoke with her as calmly as I could. And I said, no, my item is here. I just left it behind. And I know that it's still here. And that's what I told her. And so she placed a phone call, and lo and behold, they had found found my small blue bag that I had left behind. And here's the thing. In these other moments too, I'm trying to explain to you all these different layers of things that are happening all at once. As this was also happening, I am going inwards and I am tuning into the fact that yes, this is a worst case scenario when you're flying. No one wants to lose their wallet, right? But I'm also tuning into the fact, and this is going to be a key piece here, you guys. So this is sort of key piece number one when life gets hard, when life's challenges get thrown your way. What I always turn back to is the belief system that everything always works out for me in the best possible way. So I was saying to myself internally, as I was waiting at the baggage claim, I was saying internally to myself, everything always works out for me in the best possible way. And if I believe that, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I know that I'm going to either get my wallet back, or the situation is going to get resolved, or things are going to unfold for me in a way that they need to in order for me to be able to move forward in whatever way that needs to happen. So for those of you who are going through a challenging circumstance, whether it's a moment in time like the one that I was in, where you're in a panic, or you're going through a lot of challenging circumstances, maybe with your health or the health of a loved one, or you're grieving someone, or there's something really heavy that's going on in your life, turning back to that belief that yes, this is challenging, and yes, I'm not going to bypass my emotions. I'm going to feel my emotions. I'm going to be present in my body, but I am also going to believe that everything always works out for me in the best possible way. Even when life circumstances get hard, that is when the magic happens. Because when you trust so fully in the fact that the universe has your back, you are going to know that things are always going to work out for you. Because guess what? You're here watching this video and you're alive and you're breathing. And I guarantee you that there are at least a few things in your life that are working, that are going well to some capacity. And you've gotten here, right? You've gotten here to watching this video. So things have worked out for you. Things haven't in some way unfolded because you have, and you also have access to technology and the internet and the ability to be able to watch this video, right? So things are always working out for you. But you have to really step into and allow yourself to believe that, yes, things are always going to work out for me no matter what, in the best possible way. So I will repeat that phrase to myself. Everything works out for me in the best possible way. When life gets challenging, when I don't know what the solution is going to be, when I can't see the outcome in front of me, I am always leaning into that belief system, knowing it's always going to work out. And the second part to this, belief number 2, is leaning into that trust in the universe or God source, whatever word or words you want to use, to fully trust in the universe's plan for you, that the universe always has your back no matter what. Because I was thinking to myself as I was going through the situation with my wallet, I was thinking to myself, well, like, what's the divine reason for this? Like, this sucks. This isn't fun. And I was also trying to think to myself, well, isn't it interesting that this is happening? And getting curious about it. Isn't it interesting that I would just happen to leave my wallet on the plane and all of these sorts of things? And so what I chose to do in that moment, instead of going into that victim mindset of like, wow, life sucks, like the world's against me, God must hate me, there must be something wrong with me. And that feels icky. It feels icky as I'm saying it, right? So instead of going into that, or going into the self-deprecation, which is another thing that a lot of us do, we either go into the world is against me mindset, or we go into the self-deprecation mindset, which is, judging yourself of, I always make these mistakes. I'm so dumb. I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. I can't believe I did this again. I can't believe I, made this happen, or leaning into that self-judgment. So either the world is against me or I'm against myself. If we are leaning into either of those energies, there is no space for God, source, the universe, to assist you and to help you, because God can't get in if you are in resistance, right? So what we need to do is actually lean into, I trust in the universe's plan for me. And also leaning into that self-love piece of mistakes happen. I'm a human being. Things happen. It's okay. And leaning into that no matter what, I trust myself and I trust the universe. And again, things are going to work out for me. So that next time where you make a mistake or something is happening in your life that you don't like, or that in your perspective is something negative or bad, instead of going into the mindset of the world must hate me, the world is against me, or I suck, I'm dumb, I always make these kinds of mistakes, I'm a failure, we need to reframe all of that, let all of that go, and lean into God loves me, the universe loves me, and I can do this, and it's going to work out no matter how it needs to. So I was really sitting with that energy. I was like, you know what? My angels have got my back. The universe has got my back. And as I'm standing at that baggage claim counter, the baggage lady is like, we have your bag. And I'm going to get someone to send it down to you. So I was immediately elated. I was so happy. I was so excited. And now I just have to surrender. I just have to lean into the moment. There's nowhere else for me to go. And there's no tracking device on my bag. I'm going to do that, by the way. That's a side note. But there's no tracking device on my bag, so I don't know its whereabouts. I have to wait for it to get to me. So I had to sit there in that moment and wait and wait and wait. And that night, we had a dinner planned with some family members. And so, of course, the window of time that I have to get to the hotel, to shower, get ready for dinner is starting to close and to narrow. And so I'm starting to freak out about the timing a little bit. So here's part 3 here, which is that if there is something in your life that seems like a roadblock or you feel like you are hitting up against a wall and you cannot make sense of why something is happening in your life, I want to remind you of belief number 3 here, which is that to always trust in the divine timing of your life. I see things like this as divine detours. Always, 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 always. If something crazy happens in my life, it is a divine detour of some kind. And I also fully trust in the divine timing of why these things are coming up, why they're happening, and why they are unfolding that in the way that they are. So I don't know. We live in a universe of possibility, right? So there could be so many things happening behind the scenes of my life that I am not fully consciously aware of. Things like, what if I left my wallet on the plane? Because if I hadn't, our Uber would have gotten in a car accident on the way to the hotel. Or what if I had to leave my wallet on the plane because I needed to make the day of the person who's delivering it to me with a smile on my face because that person had something going on in their life and my energy helped them in some way? Or what if this delayed me in getting to the hotel by 5 minutes because there was some reason of that happening that I couldn't understand? Or what if we needed to be assigned a different Uber driver to get to the hotel for a different reason? Do you see how there's so many possibilities? And I don't know. I don't know what the divine reason is, and I'm okay with that. But I do trust in the divine timing. So if I'm ever running late for something, or if I'm stuck in traffic, or if I'm stuck behind a slow car, or if something weird happens that delays my plans, I trust that that delay is a divine detour. It is protection. There is so much protection happening. I can't see what's going on behind the scenes. I'm not fully aware of everything that the universe has planned for me, but I know that I am divinely guided, supported, and protected in those moments. And when I lean into that, I know, okay, it's all gonna, again, work out for me exactly as it needs to. I'm gonna get to the hotel. I'm gonna get checked into my room. I'm going to get to the family dinner exactly when I need to, and it is going to work out. So, with all of that being said, the next time that you have something crazy go on or happen in your life, to really lean into those 3 core beliefs of everything is always working out for me. I trust in the universe and I trust in myself that things are going to work out in my favor. And also, I trust in the divine timing and divine detours in my life. And I know that the universe is protecting me in some way if things don't work out in the way that I want them to. Leaning into those 3 core beliefs is going to help you get through anything. And what happened during that moment was I waited for my bag, I surrendered, and this guy who is probably either in college or he was like maybe 18, 19, 20 years old, comes down the escalator with this like angelic aura. He's holding my blue bag. I look at him and I go, "Thank you, sir. You are an angel. You made my day. thank you. I have so much gratitude for you. And that made his day. He was like, wow, I am so happy that I was able to help you. And offering to him that gratitude, that show of energy, that smile on my face, telling him how thankful I was for him, I know definitely made an impact in some way, because I'm sure that he probably doesn't have to deal with a lot of friendly people at the airport. So whatever I can do to make someone's day and to make life a little bit easier for someone else, I will take every opportunity I can to be able to do that. So I got my bag back. I got my wallet. We got another Uber. We got to the hotel. We got to the family dinner. Life was good. Everything was good. And I really reflected after that incident, and asked myself kind of, what are the divine reasons for this? So the next thing that I would say is, if you're going through a hard time or a challenge, to reflect on kind of what's happening here. What is this teaching me? What lesson am I learning from this? Or at the very least, how can I grow from this in order to be able to move on? So I immediately knew, okay, especially because I'm a spiritual teacher, anything that happens in my life is such an awesome example. It's such a learning curve and a teaching example for me to be able to teach you something, you the person watching this video. So I knew that I had to make a video about it and talk about it and share my learnings and how I feel like I need to grow from this. So, of course, that's here for you as well. And also for me too, it really showed me another moment of, okay, trust and surrender, knowing that it's always going to work out. It was such a perfect opportunity to put those beliefs into practice and to leave that situation behind, knowing that, yeah, everything always is going to work out for me. So that the next time when something happens in my life that's even more difficult, I can look back on this situation and remember that the universe always has my back. Now, a pro tip, that if you are in the midst of a panic-inducing, challenging experience like this one, I will also internally ask for help and support from the angels, and angels, I don't know why I said that, from the angels. So in my mind, I will say, I'm asking for all of the angelic help, support, and assistance that I can possibly have at this moment. And obviously, I definitely feel like that unfolded. I definitely feel like that happened for me. There was another experience like that I just want to share quickly to illustrate my point, where I and my boyfriend were stuck in a parking lot. That wasn't a parking lot. It was a grassy field. It had rained the previous day, and our car was stuck in this grassy parking lot. There was no parking lot attendant. There was no one else there. And I was like, oh my God, how are we going to get out of here? We were also in an area of Pennsylvania where we had no cell service. And so I'm freaking out. I'm panicking. How are we going to get out of here? How are we going to get our car unstuck? And I said to myself internally, I said, I am asking for angelic help, support, and assistance. Please come help us and get us out of here in the easiest and best possible way. And within 5 minutes of me placing that internal call to the angels, there was a man who showed up with a tow truck, who was a local, who was asking for cash for towing cars out of this lot. And I was like, sir, take my money, help us. This is that angelic support that I asked for. And it all worked out. We got the car out of the lot. It all worked out, again, exactly as it needed to. So that's another example for you of when we lean into these belief systems and when we ask for that angelic help and support, we will be given it. It may not unfold exactly the way that we are expecting or anticipating, but it will work out for us in whatever way our soul needs for our highest growth. So I hope this video helped you today get through the challenges of life that may be thrown your way. I am sending you so much love for navigating it all, and I will see you in next week's video. Comment below if this resonated with you. I love you. You're going to get through it, and I'll see you in the next video.